All right, guys. First off, I want to say Happy New Year's 2025. Looking forward to all the great videos that I'm going to be doing. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of complete the rebooking of WrestleMania before I do any Royal Rumble videos. So we're looking at WrestleMania 39. WrestleMania 39 took place April 1 and 2, 2023. The tagline WrestleMania goes Hollywood. Night 1 had the attendance around 67,303, and night 2 had the attendance around 67,553. And yeah, let's get into the card right here. Night 1, we had in the opener Austin Theory defeating John Cena to retain his United States Championship. In a WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, the Street Profits defeat Braun Strowman and Ricochet, Alpha Academy, and the Viking Raiders. Seth freaking Rollins defeated Logan Paul. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch defeat Damage Control. Rey Mysterio defeated Dominik Mysterio. Rhea Ripley defeated Charlotte Flair to win the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Pat McAfee defeated The Miz. And in the main event, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeat the Usos to win the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. All right, night 2, we got Brock Lesnar defeating Omos. Then we got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeating Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalia, and Shotzi, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville in the WrestleMania Women's Showcase match. Then for the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther defeated both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match to retain his IC title. Then we got Bianca Belair defeating Asuka to retain the Raw Women's Championship. Snoop Dogg defeated The Miz. This was originally supposed to be Shane versus The Miz, but obviously Shane, he injured his leg, so yeah. And then we got Edge defeating the Demon Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match. And in the main event, we got Roman Reigns defeating Cody Rhodes to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So, honestly, guys, what could I say? This was honestly one of the best cards in recent history. Might even be of all time, to be honest. You had so many classic matches here, from Seth versus Logan, Rey versus Dominic, Charlotte versus Rhea, Kevin Owens and Sami versus the Usos. That's just on night 1. You had 4 great matches, and the men's tag team showcase match was fun too. And yeah, Austin Theory versus John Cena is a cool moment to see John Cena kind of pass the torch there. And even Trish and Lita and Becky versus Damage Control. It's fun to see the legends team up with Becky. So yeah, I mean, even the Miz, Pat McAfee was fine. Cool surprise match there. And then on night 2, Gunther versus Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Hell of a match. And of course, Roman versus Cody. Obviously, the finish, people thought, was a little controversial at the time, but it was a hell of a match. Even Edge versus Finn Balor, good Hell in a Cell match. Bianca versus Asuka, good women's match. So, I guess the only the bad thing on the card was probably the women's tag match, Brock versus Omos, but it was kept pretty short. And obviously Shane and the Snoop Dogg, when it was supposed to be Shane versus The Miz, he got injured. So, but aside from that, we have I listed 6 to 8 classics. So honestly, trying to rebook this. To be honest, I didn't really have to rebook it, but I wanted to try to rebook it, and I wanted to do something a little different here. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I have the Usos and Roman Reigns defending both set of tag titles and world titles on both shows. So they're going to be in both night 1 and night 2. So yeah, I'll get into the card. Just like before, I'm going to just separate it by the brands. But obviously, night 1, night 2 will be a mix of both. But just have a little bit of organization here. I'm going to separate it by the brands. So yeah, let's get into it right now. All right, so first thing is first. I'm not going to do these tag team showcase matches. If you want to get everyone a card, again, just keep the battle royals. I know people are getting a little tired of the battle royals, but whatever, man. Everyone should get a payday, in my opinion. So yeah, the women's battle royal, I'll have Chelsea Green be the winner. She can last eliminate Raquel Rodriguez there. So it's a nice back and forth. Obviously, Chelsea's a heel at this time, and she kind of gets redemption for, what happened at Royal Rumble where she got eliminated so fast. And yeah, this would be good because Chelsea was, she's slowly emerging as one of the top stars. And again, I'm still thinking that these battle royals can still do something for these people's careers. So her having to win over Raquel Rodriguez, kind of like an upset, obviously, because Raquel Rodriguez is, the powerhouse. She could, dodge her, pull the ropes. Raquel Rodriguez can go over, and yeah, Chelsea can celebrate. So yeah, I think it'll be a fun moment for her, great moment. And yeah, and for the men's battle royal, I'm gonna have LA Knight win. So yeah, obviously LA Knight, he didn't really start to get over until like June of this year, but I just think, hindsight being 2020, he deserved to first off, he deserved to be on a card, number one. And also I think, this would be just again building momentum, knowing what we know. I think it still makes sense for LA Knight to win here. Um so yeah, you can have LA Knight last eliminate Ricochet. So obviously at the time LA Knight's still a heel here. So yeah, they can do some back and forth. Ricochet could do some high flying stuff before LA Knight, kind of catches him and throws him outside. So yeah, two good battle royals to start. And obviously, yeah, we're building stars here: Chelsea Green and LA Knight. Yeah. All right, guys. So first, I'm gonna do the SmackDown matches here. Um, yeah. So let's get into it. First match: Asuka versus Bayley. So obviously, Bayley and Damage Control. They have history with Asuka here. Um, you could have Asuka be in a title match um, after she defeated Bayley, let's say in a number one contenders match. And yeah, Bayley could and Damage Control can interfere in that match. And yeah, so Bayley says, she's sick and tired of Asuka. Um, Ever since in NXT, everyone's been talking about Asuka and that, that she couldn't beat Asuka. And Asuka can come out and say, if you want to prove you're better than me, if you want to prove you're ready for me versus you at WrestleMania, but no Damage Control. And Bailey's like, why would I agree to that? And then Asuka can be like, because you can't beat me one on one. And then Bailey, she'll get frustrated and accept the challenge. And yeah, in the upcoming weeks, Asuka could fight Damage Control, and Asuka could, let's say, injure them. So we know for sure that Damage Control will not be interfering in that match. And yeah, I think these two had great chemistry in NXT. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll have a classic match here, and I would actually give Bailey the win here. Bailey finally gets the win on Asuka. It'd be a clean win as well. She could just maybe counter the Asuka lock into a pinning predicament. So, yeah, I think this will also slowly start, turning Bailey face as she realizes that, yeah, she doesn't really need Damage Control, and Damage Control can get a little jealous. And obviously, Asuka, she loses. She eventually joins the Damage Control. So, yeah, I think this story works out perfectly here. And, yeah, really good match, and Bailey gets the win. All right, next up we got Battle of the Beast. We got Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed. Yeah, we could just have this start at the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley can he could eliminate Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed would come back, eliminate Bobby Lashley, put him through the table, give him the tsunami splash through the table, and then at the Elimination Chamber, um, you could have again Bobby Lashley spear Braun Strowman through the pods and get him eliminated. So, yeah, Bronson Reed could make the challenge and say, there's time for a new monster in the WWE. Bobby Lashley's a has been, and Bobby could talk about how like no one's as dominant as him, and that he's beating guys like Brock Lesnar, and that he's not afraid of Bronson Reed. So, and then Bronson Reed could talk about, he's like, that's the problem. Everyone's underestimating me, and that I'm going to show them at WrestleMania that it's my time. So, yeah, they could have a few pull apart brawls here, spear through the barricade from Bobby Lashley. And they could also have, again, another just backstage brawl where Bronson Reed puts Bobby through another table backstage. So, yeah, they could even do the arm wrestling Just yeah, arm wrestling where Bobby's about to win. Bronson Reed senses it and attacks Bobby Lashley and puts him through another table. So yeah, I think it'll be a good feud here, good build, and you got to give the win to Bronson Reed. He's definitely underutilized at this time, and yeah, it's about building new stars. Bobby Lashley's already established. So yeah, give a nice win to Bronson Reed, and yeah, hopefully this is the start of his push. All right, next up we got for the United States Championship, Edge versus Finn Balor. So yeah, obviously keep this feud the same. The only difference is I would have Edge win the United States Championship, and actually this match would be a ladder match because Edge is that's his specialty, ladder matches. So yeah, it only makes sense. Again, we could just talk about the build here. Obviously, Finn Balor, he joined the team. They kicked Edge out. So, yeah, Edge is getting his revenge here. Yeah, Edge I believe he was at the Royal Rumble. He eliminated Finn Balor at the Rumble. And, yeah, it sets the feud here. Edge could talk about how, the newer generation, they're not appreciative of what he's done. And Finn Balor can say, you know what, Edge, I am appreciative. You know what? That's why I challenge you for the United States Championship in a ladder match because I know how great you are in that. But I also want to prove that I am better than you in your own match. So, yeah, it'll be a fun match here. Yeah, you can have some interference from the Judgment Day. Maybe even Beth Phoenix can come out as well to make the save here. But at the end of Edge will be on the ladder. Finn can kind of push him off, hit the coup de grace from top of the ladder, and yeah, get the win and become the United States champion. All right, next up we got another match with member of the Judgment Day. We got Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio. Keep everything the same here. The only difference I would have is keep Rey Mysterio on Raw. I wasn't a fan of moving Rey to SmackDown, as you know I'm very loyal to the brand split guys. So yeah, I'll just have keep Rey on Raw. But we do the same things where Dominik visits for Thanksgiving, he visits for Christmas, he gets arrested. Yeah, I don't know what happened at the Royal Rumble. I'm thinking Ray came and eliminated Dominic, but I don't really remember that. But yeah, keep that feud the same. Ray's like he doesn't want to fight his son. He keeps getting beat up every week until Dom disrespects Angie, Rey Mysterio's wife, obviously Dom's mom. Yeah, as well as Aaliyah, Ray's daughter, Dom's sister. Yeah, and then once Angie could slap Dominic, Rey Mysterio can, he could also snap and say, what, he accepts the match and that he's gonna give Dominic a lesson in respect and yeah. And Dom could talk about how he wishes Eddie Guerrero was his real dad. Yeah, and then yeah, keep everything the same here. It's a really good match actually. Um, and I think Ray should get the win here. Everyone's thinking Dominic should have won, but I think just to give Ray a nice feel good win here, and the storyline kind of projected that Ray should win, especially how Dom was treating the rest of his family. Yeah, keep the same here where Damian Priest tries to put a chain. Bad Bunny can be on commentary. He can intercept that, and yeah, leads to the 619 123. Rey Mysterio gets the win. Same match here, same build. And this was a great WrestleMania moment for sure. All right, next up we got the Raw Women's Championship match. We got Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. So yeah, obviously, this match in real life did happen at WrestleMania 38. But if you look at my booking, I did do Charlotte versus Bianca. So yeah, uh, so this is obviously the next best match for Bianca here. Yeah, the build can be quite simple actually. Becky could win the Elimination Chamber. And yeah, the build is simple. Bianca wants to beat all the four horsewomen. She's already defeated Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky's the last person on her list. So yeah, you could definitely build some drama there. Or Becky can talk about how you know, she's better than all those other four horsewomen because she's gonna be the only one to defeat Bianca and win the Raw Women's Championship here. So yeah, you can have some good promos here where Becky could talk about without her that Bianca wouldn't have the stage she is and become the biggest star, and Bianca could talk about she respects Becky, but this is the EST time, and that Becky, she can't compare. She's not stronger, she's not tougher, she's not faster because she's the roughest, she's the toughest, she's the EST. So yeah, have some good promos here. And a contract signing, you can have a nice little brawl there, to really build the match. Even though they're face versus face, there's a lot of tension between the two. And yeah, you got to give Bianca Belair the win here. Again, she was I believe still undefeated at WrestleMania, so yeah, kind of keep her streak alive here as well for the future. And yeah, these two had great chemistry in previous WrestleMania, so I doubt the match would be bad. It should be just as good, and Bianca gets the win. All right, next up we got the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Usos defending against Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. So yeah, as I said, guys, the Usos and Roman Reigns will be in two matches. So yeah, this is their match from Raw. So yeah, this is just a way to separate the titles again. And I would give the win to Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. I know it's not Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I have something a little different for Sami Zayn. You guys will hear about it very soon. But Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, they're also a team, I believe, like in the year 2022, I believe. So yeah, and also kind of makes sense. Seth Rollins, he's kind of been feuding with the Bloodline as well. He's had problems with Roman Reigns as well. At the Royal Rumble, he got screwed out of the title. Was it last year? Kevin Owens, he's been getting screwed here. So yeah, you could just have the Usos attack Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn can make the save here, but obviously, Sami says that he's gotta take Roman 1-on-1, and Kevin's like, "No worries, man. I'm gonna find a partner." Kevin Owens can, he can finally ask Seth Rollins to be his partner. They can say, we had, a lot of rivalries, a lot of bad history in the past, but let's put it away. Let's get rid of the Bloodline. Let's take one of their tag team titles. So yeah, just I think it would be just as good as the match that we got. Yeah, you could have the Usos kind of play mind games with them, saying that you guys don't trust each other. You guys are not real blood. You guys are not real brothers. Um, but yeah, you could have Sami Zayn as well, and Cody, try to get them on the same page and say, we need you guys to take down the Bloodline. We need to, be a team here. So yeah, I think it'd be really, really good match. And Seth and KO get the win. And yeah, that's part one of the Bloodline Falling. So yeah, my main event for the Raw side here is obviously Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Cody wins the Royal Rumble. Same build here. So it'll be for the WWE Championship. So not the Universal Championship, the WWE Championship, which has the lineage. Cody's been talking about that. Dusty has never won. So yeah, definitely keep the same build here. Cody can also acknowledge that Sami Zayn deserves a shot, and yeah, they announced that Roman's gonna have to have two title matches here. Um, Roman can't believe it, and Cody says, WrestleMania 39 will be the end of the bloodline. So yeah, you could even have Sammy and Cody motivate each other to, say that we gotta beat Roman Reigns. If one of us wins, it's not enough. We both need to beat Roman Reigns. So yeah, and you can have the same promos with Paul Heyman, talking about Dusty Rhodes and talking about how he loved and respected Dusty Rhodes, but Dusty Rhodes always saw Roman Reigns as the son that he's always wanted. So yeah, build the tension there. You could have a beatdown of Cody from the bloodline. Sammy could try to help, but he could also get beat down by the bloodline because there's too much numbers there. And yeah, you can even have Cody defeat Solo Sikoa in the go home show here. So yeah, I mean, have the same match, but I would actually have Cody Rhodes win here rather than Solo come out. Cody hits the three crossroads, 1, 2, 3. You know what? I felt like Roman after this, it was a lot of bloodline drama, and then the rematch with Cody. So I felt like what, you could probably take the belt off Roman here, and it actually makes sense because if you want to do Roman Rock, you could just do it next year rather than having Cody finish the story. Like he could finish the story here, and I think it would make sense for the company. And yeah, just a feel good moment. Cody Rhodes gets to win, and yeah, so that's part two of the Bloodline falling. All right, now we're talking about the SmackDown side here. We got the women's tag team champions Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So yeah, I would have them become the champions. Maybe at the Royal Rumble, and they could just talk about how they're the most dominant tag team, and that without them, women's wrestling would be nothing. And that's when Trish Stratus can come out. Um, and they can say we respect you, Ronda, but we disagree. But it's okay. We still respect you. Shake hands, Ronda, and then Ronda could put Trish in the armbar. Um, but she lets go because she's like she doesn't want to injure a has been. So yeah, and then the next week, Trish could come out and say she calling out Ronda Rousey. Um, so Ronda could come out. They can have a brawl. Trish could be kind of winning the brawl. Shayna could come out. That's when Lita could come out. And yeah, they kind of clean house there. So then that next week they can make the challenge. Ronda and Shayna versus Trish and Lita for the women's tag team championship. So yeah, you know what? I thought it was a little weird how they had Lita and Becky win the women's championships, tag team championships, and not Trish and Lita. So and also I felt like, yeah, Ronda and Shayna, they deserve to be on the card, but so does Trish and Lita. So kind of had to sacrifice the damage control, even though um, they also deserve to be on the card. But yeah, I just think star power wise, this would be a better combination. And yeah, you could have Shayna and Ronda. I know in my booking they had a match last year, but yeah, they could always make up and forgive each other, so that's not a problem here. And yeah, I think it'd be a feel good win for the Legends to overcome the baddest team on the planet, as they say. All right, next up we got Braun Strowman versus Karrion Kross. Yeah, simple build here. Karrion Kross could he could try to recruit Braun Strowman. He says he needs some muscle because he's a man with great power and great knowledge, and Braun can kind of decline. So Karrion says, "Okay, we'll see." And then the same thing next week. Braun's like, "I told you I don't want to work with you." So yeah, next week Braun could be like in a title match or numbers contenders title match. And Karrion Kross could interfere, kind of beat down Braun and kind of injure his leg. He puts his chair on Braun's ankle and kind of smashes it. So yeah, and in upcoming weeks, Karrion Kross could just talk about how people don't respect him. Look what happened. Braun Strowman. He could talk about just talking about how he's the strongest man not because of his physique, but because of his mind. Yeah, so after a few weeks of talking smack, promo wise, Braun Strowman can come and attack Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross can kind of hide behind Scarlett to get away. So that's just a great way to build more heat for Karrion Kross. And yeah, I think this would be a solid match. That Karrion Kross, he's been underutilized here, and I think him versus Braun Strowman, it's a good match here, and I would give Karrion Kross the win. I just think the momentum he would get from defeating Braun Strowman would be good. It won't be clean. You could have Scarlett kind of interfere and help Karrion Kross get the win here. All right, next match we got a fun match here. It's John Cena versus Logan Paul. So yeah, obviously, this match I believe was rumored here. It's pretty simple. You could have Logan cut a promo when he returns. Fans are booing him, and he says like, you're booing me. You guys don't know nothing about how hard I work. And John Cena could come out and say, while he respects Logan, he says the fans' opinions also matter, and I think they just think you're an asshole. So yeah. And then yeah, you can just have some good promos. Logan Paul can call John Cena has been, and Logan Paul can say he's a bigger star than John Cena in his 1 year compared to John Cena in his 10 years in the WWE. So yeah, you can have some good promos. John Cena could even do a few freestyle raps about Logan Paul dissing him and his brother. So yeah, you got some good promos here. They could throw shots at each other on social media. And yeah, I think it'd be a really good match here. And yeah, give John Cena the win. KSI could also interfere. John Cena could put him through the table with an AA. And Logan Paul could go for frog splash. John Cena could catch him and hit the AA on Logan Paul. So yeah, nice feel good win for John Cena. And yeah, this is kind of a dream match here. And yeah, got probably right now one of the biggest names in WWE versus one of the biggest celebrities right now. So yeah. All right, next up we got for the Intercontinental Championship. I got Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. So yeah, I had to switch it up. I know the triple threat match was a very good match between Gunther, Drew, and Sheamus. But yeah, I just wanted to do something different. Also knowing that this was kind of Brock's last WrestleMania, because obviously he was in some controversy the next year. Yeah, so I was like, might as well have this dream match here. I believe they face off in the Royal Rumble. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but that's how I would start this. I would have Brock eliminate Gunther from the Rumble, and then Gunther would come back and screw. Actually, Gunther would let it be, but the next night on Raw, he would get mad and call out Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar would come out and say, he doesn't fight for free, and he says he wants that Intercontinental Championship, a title he never won. And yeah, Gunther could kind of back down. But then a few weeks later, Gunther can jump Brock Lesnar and say, he accepts the challenge. And then you can have Brock Lesnar beating up Imperium in a few weeks, taking them out. So Gunther has no backup here. So, yeah, this would be a really good match. Gunther can say, for one time, Brock Lesnar is not the favorite. Gunther's younger, he's fresher, he's stronger. And he's going to, retire Brock Lesnar, and Brock can talk about how a lot of people try to put him down. He faced Undertaker, Rock, Hogan. Gunther's just gonna be another name on that list. And yeah, I think it'll be a really physical match here. A lot of suplexes, a lot of chops, and Gunther will get the win. He'll hit the lariat and the powerbomb on Brock Lesnar, get the clean win. And this would really put his IC title reign, over the top here with a huge win at WrestleMania. All right, next up we got the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Same match here, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. So yeah, I'd have Rhea Ripley win the Royal Rumble, and she chooses to challenge Charlotte. Yeah, they can talk about their history here. In my rebooking, I don't think I had them at fight at WrestleMania 36, but I think I did have them team up for the tag titles. I'm not too sure, so they can talk about that. Rhea Ripley can say, Charlotte used to be a mentor to her, but this is her era now, and that she's ready to take the queen off her throne. And Charlotte could throw shots at Rhea Ripley, saying, she did it the right way. She didn't need the Judgment Day or Dom. Yeah, Dom could, take some beatings from Charlotte as well in the build. Yeah, just simple build here where Rhea's just really focused. She says, she doesn't want the Judgment Day to interfere. She wants to do this fair and square, so Charlotte can bow down to me, Rhea Ripley. And yeah, this was a hell of a match at WrestleMania. Could have been match of the night. There's a lot of candidates, but yeah, keep everything the same. Rhea Ripley gets the win and gets her moment at WrestleMania. All right, next match, we're talking about the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. We got the Usos defending against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. So as I said, guys, the Usos will be in 2 tag team matches here. I think this match makes sense just because, obviously what the Bloodline has done to Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre, he can say he wants to end the Bloodline. He's tired of the Bloodline after getting screwed at last year's WrestleMania. Bloodline could beat him up, and then Sheamus could make the save here. And Sheamus could talk about how, me and Drew had a lot of history, a lot of rivalries, but, he's still my brother. We came into this business, and that, I'm going to help him put the Bloodline away because that's what he deserves. He deserves a big win at WrestleMania, and we're going to take the tag team titles from them. So yeah, that kind of builds in, and obviously the GMs, they make the Usos defend both tag titles, so the Usos are pissed about that. So yeah, you just have some good promos here about the Usos talking about how Drew McIntyre was the chosen one, and that he's just mad that the real chosen one is their family. They can have a couple brawls here where even Seth and KO can come out and help save them from the bloodline. So yeah, we got some good storyline going on here, and yeah, I would definitely give the Sheamus and Drew McIntyre the win here. So Drew McIntyre gets a nice win at WrestleMania. Sheamus could hit the broad kick on Jey Uso, and then Drew McIntyre could hit the Claymore on Jimmy Uso. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre, he kind of gets his revenge against the Bloodline there, and yeah, I think it just makes sense again. Have the Bloodline lose everything at this year's WrestleMania. So they lost the Raw titles to Seth and KO, and now they lost the SmackDown titles to Drew and Sheamus. And I think it just makes sense considering, like, obviously KO has been screwed by the Bloodline, Seth Rollins has been screwed by the Bloodline, and Drew McIntyre has been screwed by the Bloodline. So they all get their revenge, and yeah, we're on to the main event. All right, last match here. We got Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Sami Zayn. So, yeah, specifically the Universal Championship, because obviously Cody was looking for the WWE Championship lineage to, to honor his father here. And, yeah, simple build here. Obviously, Sami's in the bloodline. He proves himself at Survivor Series, but then at the Royal Rumble, he kind of has a change of heart. He hits Roman with the chair because he can't see his friend Kevin Owens get hurt. And yeah, instead of having their match at Elimination Chamber, I'd have it at WrestleMania. Maybe you could have like a nice tag match, the Bloodline against like KO, Sami, Seth, Cody. So yeah, nice tag match there. And Sami Zayn he can get the winning fall there over like one of the Usos maybe. And Cody says, you know what, it's not enough for me to take one belt from Roman. Sami, you deserve to take the other belt from Roman. And Cody says, I want the WWE Championship because of the lineage, but you deserve the Universal Championship to end his historic run, because obviously the Universal Championship was the title that Roman held the longest. So yeah, you can have the same build here. Roman mocking the family. Jey Uso can kind of trick Sami Zayn and turn on him as well. Roman, again, mocking his wife. Sami talking about, all he's been through. And then you got KO support. He says, you know what? I wanted you to be my tag partner at WrestleMania, but, I found another partner, Seth Rollins, and that we're cheering for you to end the Roman's reign, to end the bloodline at WrestleMania. And yeah, they could have the same match at Elimination Chamber, except Sami Zayn gets to win. I think it'll be a feel-good moment here. And yeah, just thinking about like Sami Zayn, his momentum kind of went down after this. I feel like it's hard for me to take away the tag match with him and KO, but just, try to do something a little different. And I think it would work to have Roman defend both titles, the Usos defend both titles, and like everyone who got screwed by the bloodline, kind of get their comeuppings here at WrestleMania. So yeah, guys, that is my card. Let me know what you guys think about my card. Yeah, guys, so I just think, WrestleMania 39 was a really good show. And I think I improved it just a bit here, I think John Cena versus Logan Paul would just be just as good as Seth versus Logan, maybe even better just because of the star power of John Cena. And then obviously Seth and KO versus the Usos. Sami and KO versus the Usos was great, but I think this match would be just as great. Maybe not as emotional because Seth and KO don't really have much of a connection, but they did team up, and they also, have problems with the bloodline. And then I'm adding the Usos again. I have another match with Drew and Sheamus, and I think that would be a great match too. Again, Drew kind of gets his redemption, and then obviously Roman Reigns versus Cody was a classic, and then Roman Reigns versus Sami was a classic at Elimination Chamber. So having both matches there, I think really helps the card. I got rid of the women's showcase matches. I think, Asuka and Bayley one-on-one be a great match. And obviously Trish and Lita versus Ronda and Shayna. I think I maybe use Ronda and Shayna a little bit better here. And yeah, that's a pretty cool match too, because you got the MMA girls versus, the legends there. And then even the undercard, we got Braun Strowman. Instead of the tag team match, he's facing Karrion Kross, who just returned a few months ago and has a lot of momentum. And then we have we got Bronson versus Bobby. Both deserve to be on the card as well. I think. And then we kept a lot of the good stuff the same. You know, Ray versus Dom, Edge versus Finn. I just changed that to ladder match because I think maybe it'll be a better fit for that match. And the IC title match, again, Brock versus Gunther. That's a dream match. Unfortunately, we may not get it, so that's why I wanted to cash in here. And then the women's matches keep the same as well. Charlotte versus Rhea. And then obviously Becky and Bianca, we know their history from last year, so I'm just like kind of saving that for this year. I think it'll be a bigger match than Bianca versus Asuka. And I think I run down through all the matches here. Let me know what you guys think of the card. If it's better, is it worse? Did you like what I did with the Bloodline here, having them fight twice and defend all sets of their titles, you know? And this was kind of the booking of the end of the Bloodline. And I think it's cool here to have this because the next year we could just do Rock versus Roman straight up. We don't need the rematch, and there won't be no controversy there. So, look forward to booking WrestleMania 40, and then also I'll fantasy book WrestleMania 41. I'm going to run down the card for you guys right now. All right, first off, we got the Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal that will be won by Chelsea Green, and then the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that will be won by LA Knight. Yeah. All right. And then we got Asuka versus Bayley. Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed for the United States Championship in a ladder match. Edge defending against Finn Balor. Father versus son. Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio. For the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair defending against Becky Lynch. For the Raw Tag Team Championship, the Usos defending against Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. And for the WWE World Championship, Roman Reigns defending against Cody Rhodes. And on the SmackDown side, for the Women's Tag Team Championship, Trish Stratus and Lita challenging the champions Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Braun Strowman versus Karrion Kross. John Cena versus Logan Paul. For the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther defending against Brock Lesnar. For the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte defending against Rhea Ripley. For the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos defending against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. And for the WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns defending against Sami Zayn. So guys, just for the order of the card, you know, I would probably have Roman and Cody be the final match on night 2. You know, you could definitely have Roman and Sami as well. I mean, that's definitely not a problem. But I think, you know, Cody versus Roman, he kind of deserved that spot because he was the original plan. So I'll give Roman and Cody the main event. Appreciate the support, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.